go. Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia. You deserve a rest. No mistakes. Be safe. It's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by a Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight.
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where the fighting is fiercest. Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not. Not a chance.
Run like the wind.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men don't have the look of hired swords.
If you've come to rob this place,
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
how do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the Guardians of the Flame.
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you took them for thieves. A fine reward for holding off the horde, that is.
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked me to shelter some of them that had lost their homes. They were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we stuck together.
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost at the lift, but they got a pack of Akashic snapping at their heels! And they got wounded with them! They're not gonna make it!
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now.
My... brothers.
Mad dogs.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade!
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade. Like any shield worthy of the name.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way. Too thick to be a hearth.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without us.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good luck.
When did you get so big? After it.
Mad dogs. A lot of them.
Just patch me up.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others are ready.
Over here! Over here! Nice try. Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? Do you see any more?
No. I think that was the last of them.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord, there's someone I'd like you to meet. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar, but I'm a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way. I will not let you down, Lord Rossfield. You, or my uncle.
We shall be staying here for the time being, and not just for the ale. I'll have one of my men.
Sid! Oh, your new companion appears much more formidable than your uncle. Should I be worried?
You haven't been introduced.
Jill, Clive has told me much about you.
All lies, I'm sure.
Your Stolas said that Dalamil has a bandit problem.
Indeed. Although, you're a little late. They left with our food and guild days ago.
Any idea where they went?
The desert's a big place. Your guess is as good as mine. But the fact is, I have more immediate concerns.
What did you say to me? What did you say?
Ah, as if by magic. Let's just say we've yet to reach a consensus about how to solve Dalimil's little problem. And at this rate, it won't be the actions of the bandits which prove to be our undoing. It will be our own. I've tried reasoning with the dissenting parties, but even the Desert Hare has limits.
Perhaps we could...
What makes you think they'll listen to us?
What makes you think they won't?
She makes a fair point, Sid. And you won't have...
Suppose we just follow the shouting.
You wouldn't talk like that if it had been your men whose throats were slit. Blood for blood, it's the only way. We hire mercenaries and have them mount the bandits' heads on our walls as a lesson to the rest.
And what happens when those mercenaries are slaughtered like your men? Are you going to hire more? We're better off using that coin to buy food and supplies. If we hire mercenaries, the only thing we're buying is the bandits' ire. And you cannot fill empty bellies with that. Do you hear me?
But what happens when they come back? Maybe it'll be your throat that's slit.
That's enough. Both of you. Any more of this and I'll throw you out myself. Come back when you're ready to talk like adults.
Victor. What's he doing here?
Sid. And Lady Jill. What brings you here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Costness is in chaos. The markets have all but ceased to operate. The Briar's Kiss here in Dalamil is the only place I can reliably obtain supplies. I was here to do just that when Master Lubor told me of his troubles. He thought I might be able to talk some sense into these fools. But if you're here, I suppose his patience must be waning.
Who are those people?
Those were the thorns in Lubor's side. And the reason this place might be headed the same way as Costner's. It's these accursed skies. The darkness is enough to drive a man to madness. Or an entire city, for that matter.
We're still working on the skies. Perhaps we can find a solution.
I hope so.
So, you see my predicament?
What I saw was a room full of people who were angry and afraid. And with good reason by the sound of it. But if left to smolder, that anger and fear could set the entire town alight.
My thoughts exactly. What to do? Both sides wish to protect their homes and livelihoods, if only they could agree on how. But as long as they are divided, we are vulnerable.
And if there's one thing bandits like, it's an easy target.
What would Sid the Outlaw suggest?
Well, if it were my namesake, he'd let them choose for themselves and be on hand to pick up the pieces when it all went wrong.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster is precisely what it is. But perhaps that realization would be enough to make them question the While it's plain neither Conrad nor Natalie will countenance, it may still be possible to... Before presenting them with a third option.
And that would be?
To pool our resources and save the city up.
When all that fear and anger...
It appears we have a plan. Victor, pay Conrad a visit. See if you can't convince him...
As you wish.
You're fit. Don't worry, Victor and I will do most of the talking. You
play along.
What he means to say...
Picture it, Conrad. Ah, here she is. The Lady of the Spear herself. Conrad, may I introduce you to Jane, commander of the Red Wings, the oldest mercenary guild in the Free Cities.
A pleasure, my lady.
The pleasure is all mine.
As I told you, I summoned the commander here from Canver to inquire about a contract.
Victor says you told him no. That there aren't any men left to hire. Is that true?
True as the crystals cracked. Nobles came and claimed every last one worth his salt. And not just from us Red Wings. You know of the 7 high houses. There must be 2 swords assigned each one. Granted, we have a few boys left. If it's boys you're looking for.
Well, Conrad, are you saying that Dalamil's finest cannot defend this town better than a gaggle of unblooded striplings? That a band of beardless youths could better avenge the deaths of your brave men than you yourselves?
Absolutely not. We'll show those bastards who they're dealing with.
I can't believe that actually worked.
Conrad's not what you called the brightest candle in the crypt. And there's a reason why I had you do the talking and not Sid. Well played, my lady.
Then let us band together and show these brutes that Dalimil is not to be trifled with.
My shop.
If I had my pickaxe, I would...
I mean, it may still be possible to buy something. Ah, here he is now. Natalie, allow me to introduce Lord Underhill of Randalar's prestigious League of Merchants.
Lord Underhill. At your service.
Underhill?
I was just telling the good lady of our conversation, my lord, and how you were lamenting the state of the capital's stores.
Lubor says that not only are the granaries almost empty, but that war and the Blight mean this season's harvest won't be enough to fill them for...
Indeed, certainly. The nobles in the capital are buying up the city's stocks. It is only a matter of time.
It is worse than I thought. And while I applaud your endeavors to dissuade our more bellicose citizens from seeking vengeance, I sense Conrad is not wrong in his assessment of the bandits, which means that now, more than ever, we will need to secure what little we still have. Food, weapons, herbs, everything. If our humble town is to endure not only this hardship, but those that are certain to follow, we must stand united.
All right. If it will help to protect my home, I'll do it. But you needn't have gone through this charade.
Thank you, Clive.
She saw right through.
I didn't say it was good. Merely that it produced the desired effect. Now, my scouts should be returning shortly. Meet me back at the Briar's Kiss, and we shall see what we face.
I'm not convinced our roles in this ruse were entirely necessary.
I don't know. Conrad seemed quite taken with you.
It appears I have no choice but to do what little I can to defend what little...
Mummy, I'm scared.
Oh, I'm ruined.
Good news, Sid. Both Conrad and Natalie have somewhat gracefully accepted their new roles. With time, they may even learn to...
Time no longer appears to be the luxury it was before lunch.
I take it your scouts found the bandits.
Technically, it would be the bandits who found my scouts. It appears they march for Dalimil as we speak. All of them.
You're not serious.
They don't just want food, they want...
I have a feeling. I'm told the bandits march in two groups. One from the south and one from the desert. In a move, doubtless, intended to stretch our already gossamer-thin defenses.
Very well. Jill and I will meet those from the desert. But what of the rest?
The rest, my friend, the city shall fight. Together. The stakes, I concede, are high. But if this does not unite Dalimil, nothing will.
That is a lot of faith to put into those who had their hands around each other's throats but a moment ago.
Then it will be for us to see that their hands are kept occupied. And I
thought you might.
We'll hold them off for as long as we can.
And we will do the same.
The women folks have come to welcome us.
I'll take that one. The townspeople. Could they have held out?
I don't hear any fighting. What do you think?
That we should hurry.
Natalie. You did well out there.
Without you, there would have been no line to hold. You saved us, Conrad.
We all saved Dalimil.
Conrad seems to have had a change.
I'd say they...
I take it from your presence that our visitors from the desert won't be joining us either.
The plan, granted, it only took an army of
Calm now, Victor. Why, we are united. As for you, Sid...
I'll take that as a compliment. First, we find Isabel.
Do you see anything you like? I do like a customer who knows what he wants. I'll be here if you need me.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of all.
I can't do it.
My lord.
We received the dames. There have been sightings of strange creatures.
With the blue eyes. Yes. They've taken so many. Of...
Akashic, but different.
And what of your mistress?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on.
Then we'll look for her.
Left for more on the captain's orders.
Madame, please!
Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
I'd like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors. You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
Leave that to us.
But my family, they're still in the capital.
I'm sorry, darling. I truly am. Don't leave me, Paul.
Did you see the creatures?
Creature? They came out of nowhere.
Do you remember where...
On the road from Orif.
It's all right. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
You saw them.
Assume you have a plan?
Need some...
It was all they could do to escape.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Clive, look.
I see them. With me. All yours, Torvald. Attack! Get him! Go,
Should I prime?
Save your strength. Attack! Go, This one.
Do you think there are more?
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
No.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more.
A wish, isn't that right?
Yes.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to...
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task. It's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a salt in the people I love. Now, if you don't mind.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe, but it has solved one.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
Do you see the pair that got pulled into time?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
You mean the Iron Kingdom?
Was wondering when you turn up. Had owls from all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm?
Let's see. Storm's still crying out for Mother Crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So...
Right.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen. Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. It is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav.
There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separate.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from... You remember Ivan's stew, right? So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed master...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped?
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you...
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And so...
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's what recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like... Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what...
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries.
Wow. Kindly old fella who haunts...
Fine. And if he does, I'll see if I can...
You do that.
dawn coming soon?
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Valisthi, the young man, did a wonderful job with the chances.
That's actually why I'm here.
So the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is now... Skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the one.
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would... I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color...
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. A herb which grows along the... I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained.
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, Clark, and do save me a bite once the...
Sid, perhaps you can help.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, which almost certainly means they...
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memory.
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. They were in the atrium when I last saw them.
Seems the hideaway is lost.
What am I gonna do?
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and... She's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
Oh. There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like... Said he'd heard some folk saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats. She'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who... I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
Don't worry.
Oh, you'll let me know...
Of course. Lady Karen.
Not nearly.
You're...
What not once in 5 long years do you pay...
just... all right.
Oh. Are ya?
All I know is that someone in Dalamil...
And what? You believe it? Look. I've done things I'm not proud of, but that woman is no more.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye. No. I reckon you've got...
Of course.
Clive. Go on, then. Do us proud.
I spoke with Lady Karen that the rumors were unfounded, along with some other things. That while it sounds like she may have done...
Oh, I knew Nan wasn't... But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them?
No, but people do things for all sorts...
Well, that trader, he said they were all talking about, so that's where I'm going.
Are you sure that's wise?
Oh, but that...
Rutherford. Where would he be?
Did you see the pair that got...
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of scales.
No.
Well, not anymore.
And just how long...
We're sorry. But we didn't break them. We...
Just like Miss Mididol.
Miss Mididol?
Because that's the only way to become...
Miss Mididol said.
Well, then your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself.
You three need to learn to take... So let's have a look at these paths with... right. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is... If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think of... You already know one of the pieces. The body. It's... This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't...
You're right. It looks...
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait.
Good thinking. These round parts are...
I do, but these aren't for... What?
What are the chains?
Well spotted. This tiny piece...
I have.
She puts them in all her...
That's right. They're very...
I remember the arm moved.
Not my fault.
We know what part's supposed to... So, let's put the piece...
Not a bad idea. So, now that we've...
I think we've got...
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me...
Well, obviously you need to start with the...
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together.
That's right. Women...
Her hairs.
Yeah. Hairs for the future.
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Middleton.
You hear that?
Until then, though...
Hey, look!
You don't think Sid forgot?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scale. They dismantled them to...
Oh, no.
Thankfully, she won't. This mighty... Although I was the one who ended up teaching...
I shall see that the children...
Please, there's no need. She'd have them follow...
I see. Sid, do you...
She told me it was because her studies had been interrupted.
No, it isn't. To anyone else, it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, but that should come as no surprise. She's only ever...
Which explains her... She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Candle was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick... the pace.
Fly, Ambrosia! We can use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they would allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a blade. Much like Clive, but with better manners.
were injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
The ether flood swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned. There's a village not...
I'll go. Rest well. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there. Come on. Run like the wind.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go around it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. Got here in time. This one. Get him.
Someone there? Please, I can't move my leg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of.
Another survivor.
Is...
He was right to send you. Tabor is safe, thanks to you. You seem familiar.
You must have me confused.
Son of a whore. I was there! In Kosnis when you killed my brothers!
My war with Hugo Kupka is over.
And what of my ill will?
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived.
Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday. You will regret not killing me when you had a chance, Sid. I will avenge my master.
Get him!
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Welcome, travelers. We don't get many visitors here in Tabor.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Are you buying or selling? Anything else? Go safely.
Fasten.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentlemen of the town guard.
You wouldn't happen to know.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price, be they knight or knave. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war they'll wage. And the more war being waged. And who will they all turn to? Why, the good...
And you've seen this...
Aye, you'll find her right here, plying her...
Here in Delamere. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, But if you're not the patient, but it'd be a bolder man than me that feeling bold travel. Now, if that's...
Sorry to...
You don't think that...
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in...
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse on the...
All right.
You too, Goots.
You fought very bravely.
The safety of the town is in our hands.
Good girl.
Yeah!
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it?
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So...
That's up. Die a slow death, boys. He's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
Oh,
Go on.
when the Borgwyn finds out you've killed... He only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one. You weren't even supposed to be...
What were you going to do?
The Borgwyn wanted him. I was only supposed to point the light. Then you... Well...
You're not worth the effort. I need to find Goots. Right now.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible lies about Nan!
Well, that will be easy enough. For they are not lies. Every last word is true. And she must pay for her crimes in blood.
Blood?
Goose, are you all right?
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very... Goots, was it? Only with your... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. I won't let you hurt Nan. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll...
Goose, no.
Enough, all of you!
Karen, but how did you...
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think the whole thing got me thinking? Who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then, wasn't it? I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you're the same pants-pissing craven you've always been. What was it we called you? Wet legs.
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay for what you did to me!
Gooch, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this myself. So, wet legs, you remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
dead? No. But I reckon he wishes he was. It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't stop him taking his little revenge. So I took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. Always knew he'd be back one day to claim his due. But he crossed a line dragging poor Goots into this. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still got all my arms, see? Legs too. But what if he comes back again?
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me... Right. Let's get you...
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Nothing like a dish of coke.
I didn't mean... I just thought...
Aye, well, someone had to. Reckon the both of us would be worse. You've always been me right eye, and I'd have you stay that way.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again, and again, and you can't stop.
Why, you're fine.
Thanks, Nan. I won't let you down.
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil. Don't think I didn't appreciate that.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion...
Seems the hideaway has lost its...
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
How may I help you today, Clive? You earned this. All done?
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
You needn't fret. The creatures are...
To the meadows, then.
Good girl. This might take a while. You deserve a rest. Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. Right. Let's get this over with. All yours, Torgal. Kill! That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Oh, the moon.
Seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever.
And what precisely will I be cooking up?
Blueback wyvern liver. And,
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? What? Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there...
So...
What? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost... It is a tour de force. A force of nature.
I think you like...
I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking.
Decent. Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen bluebat...
I'll give it some...
My lord, Marquis, it is you. I am Sebastian.
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive?
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at tasked with learning what I am able. And what I have learned is grim. The subsequent darkening of the heavens as the gears of the realm. Your lord, uncle...
That sounds like...
It is.
Alas.
I have lost... They are both able-bodied and trained.
So you want me? I'll need to know where they...
One I sent to...
That doesn't exactly narrow it.
Thank you, my lord.
It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy?
The gentleman of the town guard.
Come on. Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your master here, so you can start by giving...
I already told you. Please!
I'll deal with it.
Thank
you, that one's master. If you'd kindly pay the coin he owes us.
Or you can go back to your garrison and
Oh, you're... He hasn't had many visitors.
Titan!
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing?
Many times.
You're one of Rutherford's. You sent me to look...
Well, then you have my thanks. I arrived in Dalimil, his men confiscated...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe...
What of the Fist's central command?
Surely they wouldn't allow such lawless...
I would imagine they are unaware. Those who weren't recalled now rule the...
Then it's worse than... You should return to Rosario.
I'll find...
Not at all. Now, if he was bound for Oriflamme... There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the... They've already...
I'm not.
And then I'm Alistair Rockford.
Of the Seven High House. It's been... Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? I was on my way back from the old capital.
Bandits?
They looked more like... It didn't matter in the end.
Which way did they go?
South.
All right. Found a nose I've met enough. You head back to Northreach.
Thank you.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all...
I thought I told you to make...
And stand by, as ill might...
It's just which is more than can be said for you.
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene.
The garrison have their hands full. There are few hands left to work. The market stalls are nearly bare. When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the...
Rockford, if you are to continue, you first need to seek the...
I shall return to Northreach right away, but allow me to thank you first.
Don't thank me.
I suppose you'll be wondering where I've got... I shall send a Bastolus as soon as I'm able.
My uncle certainly has his work cut. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see your...
The rest's location. Speaking of which, I
only happen to be in the right place. They both seem to think...
I am afraid Storm is in crime, and we must...
As it is,
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce.
Forgive us. We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity.
How dare you?
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The king! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools. Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city, her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike. His very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominance, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Umielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is what... I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is bold enough to... Is that blade for hire, perchance?
Figurative.
Well, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous. Dread Evis are aggressive beasts, compelled as they are to act.
How do you want?
Eventually, yes. Dread Evis skin is a... Bring me that beast's...
All right.
Of course you will. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that... I eagerly await you.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any crystals?
You... Finally. Hello.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the student...
The university?
A specialist in my heyday. No obs... The answers I seek lie. Would you to an old man?
Climb the step.
And memorize some courtesy. The three of them, to be precise. I'm here in the hope that those carvings, namely the otherwise...
I can't promise I'll remember everything, but...
Remember what you can. Yeah.
How are those new boots treating you?
That Cyril fellows are not fish, don't you think?
Well, swallowing suits like him.
No history would be complete without mention of the Mother Crystal.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was?
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since this guy.
Thank you for the deal, Ed.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder? I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read. The engraved.
Oh, what? Come, don't. Let's.
Guardians of the Crystal. I'm pretty.
Fascinating. But, whatever the.
Wanderers of the Golden Plains? Or.
No doubt you're right. This is proof.
Children of the Hunt.
Son?
I could have sworn it was some. Children, that's all three.
And so, 3 engravings, guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Though, nonetheless, one cannot help but want.
Too many stairs, but. Good girl. Time to fight. This won't be easy.
Not alone.
Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet.
Over here!
Thanks, boy.
Here's your hut.
I worried you might never... Oh, clearly my trust in you was not... Join me as my honored partner.
I don't plan on making a habit of...
Very well. Do not allow me to keep you from...
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing for...
No.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seems very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
The free cities under siege.
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Thanks, Cal. Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy?